Hey, good evening everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Here is the progress video for my AMT Fruehauf Coca-Cola dry van trailer. And let's start off with the axles and suspension system. Pretty basic. It's got the sliding axle system. I opted to glue it in place because it's going to be, the trailer is going to be mated to the Peterbilt that I just did, so it's going to be high up and won't be messing with it. So I picked a good little position, glued it together, and called it a day. There's your air chambers, your air brake chambers. Very fragile. A couple of them broke on me, so I had to re-glue them. There's your air reservoir tank with air valve installed. Just like I did with the air brake chambers, I primered them in black and then I repainted them in a bright coat of aluminum, make them look more realistic. You can see where the tires have been worn on the treads with my sanding block there. Painted the rims just like the box, the red pepper that I did. So yeah, they look pretty good. I gave them silver colored rings. I like how they look. So yeah, so why the top of the frame is not painted is pretty simple, really. I just figured to make it easier when getting ready to glue it onto the floor to just leave it unpainted so that the glue has a good mating surface. So I just covered it with a masking tape before I primered and painted it, and protected most of it, and then I took it off, and that was the result. I even did the same thing where it's going to mate to the bottom of the trailer. You can see on the back here a reflector decal that I put along the bumper there. So yep, that is the axle and suspensions assembly, not assembly. Wow. Okay, all right, let's go on to the floor. Nothing too spectacular. I did it in a silver color on the bottom. You can see where I have it plain, open right there, where I covered it with masking tape, so because that's where the frame is going to mount. So makes it a lot easier for the glue to adhere. I don't have to scrape anything. Looks like, yeah, okay, everything looks good here. See the kingpin there? I gotta dirty this up, make it look like lubricant was spread around, and also from friction with the fifth wheel. So I'll do that. On the wood flooring, I painted that in a satin nutmeg color, I believe it was, by Rust-Oleum. It gives it a nice wood color. And then I went ahead and did some weathering. You can see the wood grain, how it pops out there throughout the floor. And of course I painted the bolt heads black with a Sharpie. Yeah, you can see some nice weathering there on that wood floor. I'm pretty happy with it. It could have came out better, but not bad at all. Not bad at all, really. So yeah, and then I did this back mold here with a chrome pen. So I need to retouch it up though. There on the center, I can see it. My finger touched it, so it messed it up. So that's the floor. Here is the front of the trailer here with the Fruehauf logo on top, and the tags, I guess, or whatever that is, the stickers on the bottom there. And then of course your company information or whatever that's supposed to be on the corners here. I saw a picture of one of these done by someone else, and they painted this section here from here up the same Coke red color, and I wish I would have thought about that. I might have done that to this one, but either way it looks good. I did the same metallic silver. It's kind of rough looking in some areas, but that's all right. It'll be hiding behind the sleeper of the truck, so won't really ever be seen. I do got to detail that soon. So all right, so that does that. Let's move on to the sidewalls here. There you go, in the same red pepper that I did with the Peterbilt, of course. I think that's a good shade of red, replicating a Coca-Cola vehicle. So Yep, you can see I did that, and then what I did afterwards, since this paint cured so quickly, is I went ahead and I taped off the very bottom here, and then I taped off the very back edge, and I went ahead and took my black primer, reprimed that, and then I painted it the same metallic silver color as the roof, and it came out pretty sharp. There's some minor, really some minor areas where the paint, I guess, leaked under, but not noticeable unless I point it out. So there's your Fruehauf decal, and then there's your reflector lights. They just friction fit. I didn't even have to glue them in. They look really good. So yeah, that's your left side, and your right side is same. You can see here where the silver got underneath the paint. I can touch that up with some red. No one would ever notice the difference, but you can see a pretty clean job otherwise. The decals went on pretty good for the most part. They did break on me just in a couple of spots. I'm trying to see. So on this one here, I think it broke there, and I'm trying to find where it broke. And you know what? I might be wrong about this side. Oh, okay, here you go. Here's a break. You see where it broke there, and it broke there. But otherwise, it wasn't too much of an issue. It came out pretty good. I like it. I'm happy with it. I think it's in the right spot. So, yep, that's the walls. Normally when I build trailers, because this is my third one now, usually I have the box together, you know, and like most people do, but I decided to do it a little different because I wanted to show off the flooring before I put it together. That's why I didn't do it all as one unit. So let's see on this one, I'm trying to remember where. Okay, you can see where I got a little bit of cracking there. That's from trying to get the water bubbles and air bubbles out. Okay, yeah, so on this one, it's separated right there. This piece here, the CO and part of the C broke off, and then I got it together. But yeah, like I said, other than that, the decals weren't too much of a fuss. Just those little issues with them breaking. All right, so that's the walls. Let's do the doors. There's your doors. There we go. Yep, there's your doors. What I did is I centered the Coke decal where I wanted it cut in half, and then I cut it while it was still dry, and then I put both halves in the water and had them meet where the doors meet together. So I'm pretty happy with how that came out. Didn't give me too much of an issue. Used a silver paint marker to do the chrome borders and the hinges here. It's this marker here that I used to take care of that. Yeah, it's a painter's silver marker. Came out pretty good. So it's not perfect. You can see where the marker did slip in a few spots, but that's okay. You know, it looks good for the most part. I thought I did a pretty good job otherwise. The decals for the most part are good. You can see the Fruehauf decals. I did see on the instructions that I put the wrong reflectors in the doors. According to the instructions, they're supposed to be orange, or was it a picture? I think it was on the box that showed orange reflectors. So I'll have to get that taken care of. But yeah, I got the last decals on earlier. That would be this caution white turns, and this vehicle stops at all railroad crossings. I got those done about an hour ago. They're still setting. So yep, that's the doors. Of course, the inside of the doors are metallic silver, just like the rest of the inside of the trailer. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's all the major stuff so far. Here's the roof. The roof I did yesterday, same metallic silver by Rust-Oleum. And then of course I went ahead today and installed the side and rear and of course front marker lights, as you can see there. And there's a view of the back there. You can see all 5 marker lights. They went in pretty well. I had minimal fuss getting them in. Just used some canopy glue, little dab of canopy glue, and then I dropped them in place. So yeah. Now, unfortunately, I have one more right there I need to install. Unfortunately, I was getting ready to install it, and it sprung off my tweezers and shot somewhere in my office, so now I gotta search for it. Yeah, I've got, you know, we all know how that goes. That happens to us modelers all the time. You're always losing a small part. It either shoots off somewhere or it drops or all that good stuff. But yeah, that's the roof. So that's the roof of the trailer. We are, now that you guys have seen all the major work on this, now it'll be time for final assembly, which will be tomorrow. Let's go ahead and show off the landing gear. There's your landing gear there with its crank handle. I just installed that this afternoon. I got it painted yesterday. It actually friction fit. I didn't have to glue it in. I pushed it in and it locked in place, and I'm calling that done. I'll go ahead and touch up that clamp holding spot there where the paint didn't get. I'll just take some black craft paint and fill that in. No big deal. Okay. Here is the inside hinges for the doors, just same metallic silver color. There's your landing gear for the trailer being by itself, not mated to the truck. So I'll be using this set when I do the final reveal of it. And then after that, they will no longer be used, and it'll be the ones in the raised position up off the ground, which is these. And then we got the this locking device that is supposed to lock the axles in place. I forgot what I'm trying to remember what the heck they're called. It says it in the instructions. Okay, where are you? There it is. Found it. Okay. Oops, upside down. Of course it is. The select a point slider locking mechanism. So the locking mechanism for locking the axles. And then of course, last but not least, this little air hose support that goes on the underside of the trailer for the air hoses. Okay, so that's that. That's pretty much it. I painted the mud flaps earlier. They're out curing. Yeah, I did them in a Rust-Oleum flat white. So yeah, that's the deal with that. The only thing else that's left to do, and of course this can wait until I can do it tomorrow, of course, is the brake light assemblies, that the plates that hang from the back of the trailer that have the brake lights installed. So I'll get those on tomorrow, and we'll go from there. And once the trailer is all done, of course, we'll do the final reveal, and I know you guys will be looking forward to that. So that should probably, it might be Friday, either Friday or at the latest Saturday. That's my plan. Shouldn't take long at all to get this trailer together. So yeah, well, I hope you guys liked seeing the progress on this trailer. It's my third trailer build, so hope everybody likes it. And yeah, stay tuned for the final reveal of it, and we'll go from there. And then I'll bring the Peterbilt back, and we'll hook it up, and we'll show it off as a complete unit. All right, folks, have a good night, be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.